What's up guys, welcome back, I hope you're all good. So in today's video, we're gonna be doing a full face of first impressions using products that you guys told me to use. So I basically asked over on my Instagram, I love how I pick up my phone to go on Instagram as if you don't know what Instagram is. I don't know, maybe you don't. But yeah, over on my stories, I did a little poll, so I gave you guys two options for like everything, foundation, concealer, whatever, and yeah, you guys pick which ones you wanna see. So I have everything that you guys wanted me to use, and I'm just gonna chuck it on my face. I'm using my hands a lot right now, and we're just gonna see how it looks. Yep, that's how these videos go. Okay, let's do it. Bunny ears today, lads. I don't even know why I bother doing anything to my hair when I do these videos, because I just end up looking like this. What is this? So the first option I gave you guys was either the Huda Beauty Primer or this one here from Fenty, and Fenty won. So this is just the Pro Filtr Primer, which I feel like I've maybe tried, but I also feel like I haven't. So that's a lot of help. But yeah, I'm just gonna pop some of that on with my fingies. It smells nice, I think. I mean, I did just eat pizza, so maybe it's my fingers. I did also wash my hands, so who knows? Oh yes. Yes, please add hydration to my crusty ass face. Okay, so then for foundation, this guy came out on top, and to be honest, I've been wanting to use this for a really long time. It's the Huda Beauty Stick Foundation, so I'm using it in the shade Macaroon. I like the packaging. I really like the packaging. It doesn't have any kind of smell. So I'm just gonna do a few little stripes of this. I have no idea like how full coverage this is. I don't really know anything about it, to be honest. And I'm just gonna buff it in with my brush from Lois Cosmetics. This color's obviously a little bit too dark for me, but I'm pale at the moment, like whatever. I'm just gonna blend that out and then just kind of press it into my skin. Color match isn't that bad. It's just like a little bit too goldeny for me, but I can probably sort that out. Well, this piece is nice. This piece of my hair is very nice. Okay, this actually looks banging so far. This looks really good. The other Huda Beauty foundations are very, like, they're a lot. This one does just look more skin finishy. I don't know what cameras look at right now. It does look a lot more, yeah, just what it says in the tin, skin finish. Oh, there's already an eyebrow hair on there. I've had that for literally, what, 2 minutes? I've still got a little bit of dry skin from my lovely Amazon makeup video, which if you haven't seen, some Amazon makeup literally burnt some of the skin off my face, so that's fun. But if I show you guys here, this is where it all kind of was. It actually looks pretty decent. It looks a little bit dry, but nothing in comparison to how it was. And I found that a lot of foundations have just been picking up on my dry skin as well, but yeah, that looks pretty decent. But saying all of that about my skin, I do actually have another Amazon makeup video coming very soon. Chances are my skin will completely recover and then I'll do the same thing to it over and over again. But yeah, first impressions on this is really bloody good. Add a little bit more, just because I want to see how the coverage is and just see if we can layer it and stuff. It's just very skin-like and dewy. Like, it looks very shiny on camera right now. But in person, it does just look very healthy. And the coverage, I would say, is medium because you can still see a few of my spots down here. But yeah, I'm really into that so far. So now for concealer, I'm going to be using this guy from Mercier. This is the Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Concealer, and I have it in the shade 2N. So fingers crossed that it matches me because I don't have anything else to use. Swing. Ooh, yeah, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to put some of that under my eye. Why does it look more yellow on my skin than in the bottle? Catfish by a concealer. Yeah, I'm just gonna put that much on and just see how that all kind of blends out. This looks pretty good. It seems very moisturizing. I'm gonna do a little bit in the center and then try and cover up some of these bad boys. Oh God, this one hurts, even just like tapping it. And then I don't have an eye primer to try it, so I'm just gonna whack that on my lids. Editorial look here. Yeah, this seems like a very hydrating formula because it doesn't seem to dry down too quickly. It's not matte at all, which, as you know, makes me very happy. So I'm just gonna make the turtle face and just blend this down my neck. I mean, I'm pretty happy right now. My hair kind of resembles like Professor Snape, but I think that looks really good. Very kind of like healthy looking. So now I'm gonna go in with some liquid highlighter. I like to try it on wet skin, but I also probably will try this on my dry skin as well in a second. But yeah, this is the Zoeva Liquid Light Drops in the shade Rose Golden. I've not even opened this, so I actually don't know what kind of color this is. I'm assuming a rose gold. Ooh, okay, that looks a little bit darker than I expected. Okay, do a little swatch. Ooh, that actually looks pretty good. Nice.
Nice.
So I'm just gonna take a little tiny bit of that and just dot that on my cheeks here. Where's my brush? Over there. And then I'll just pat that in with my foundation brush. Okay, it looks a lot less scary on my cheeks. I thought it was gonna be really dark, but maybe you can see that. Just makes it look a little bit more wet looking almost. I don't know, seems okay. I'm gonna try it on dry skin in a minute, but I do just like to try them like on wet skin. So now something that I never normally use is pressed powder. So this here is from Urban Decay. It is their Stay Naked The Fix powder. This one is in the shade 40NN. So I never use pressed powders and I never use like tinted powders, but I'm using this one today because you guys chose it. So it looks like this, and I don't know if it's gonna be like a very full coverage powder. It does seem to be quite full coverage. So I'm gonna take a little brush here. Okay, why am I scared of this? Why am I scared of a tiny little powder? Ooh, comes with a sponge. A nice sponge. I like that sponge. So I'm just gonna set my under eyes with that. I'm using the tiniest amount just because I'm scared of it. Scary powder. If you come trick-or-treating at my house this year, then just dress up as a pressed powder. Terrifying. Dress up as a pressed powder or the YouTube and Instagram algorithm. Okay. This actually looks good. I hate pressed powders on my under eyes especially, but this is actually looking okay. Just going in with a smaller brush just to set my forehead and stuff. And then on my nose as well. And then we'll go in with this fat boy here. Ha, TMI, but I just had the worst period pains. They're gone. Thank you for sharing that moment with me. And then I'll take this big fat brush and pat that down. Come on, look good, please. I'm like Marge Simpson. Lisa needs braces. Dental plan. Monorail. Let me know your favorite Simpsons episode down below. I need to know. I really like the one with Mr. Burns. I don't fully remember what happens, but when he's like an alien and he's like, I come in peace. I want to be your friend. Or I bring you love. And everyone's like, oh shit. Yeah, that's a good episode. Okay. I liked it more before the powder. But then the issue is with these videos is, I'm adding some more concealer, by the way. It's, do I hate the concealer? Do I hate the primer? Do I hate the foundation? Do I hate the powder? So many questions. Maybe I'll even use the sponge. Does anyone really use these sponges? It's no issue if you do, but like, it's very, very pigmented. And I kind of feel like maybe around here. Oh, bollocks, what the hell is that? Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Oh God. And yet I continue to do it. Can I get rid of that, please? That's like proper powder foundation. You know what? That's because it is powder foundation. Hello, I'm a professional YouTuber here. Nice to meet you. Rolling with it. Just gonna blot it down with other foundation and just layer it on top. That's the thing to do, right? Okay, so now I know there's a powder foundation. I mean, you can use powder foundations over the top of your regular foundation. On my forehead, it actually looks pretty good. When I like properly put it on quite heavy, I wasn't a fan of it. But I'm just gonna take a little bit of Laura Mercier powder because I wanna see how like this little bit of my cheek works with any other powder. So I'm just gonna take a touch of that on my Sigma F37 and just lightly set that. Oh dude, that's so much better. That is so much better, okay. I'm still looking a little bit oily on my cheeks here, so I'm just gonna blot that down. I swear everyone's coming out with powder foundations now and I'm like... But yeah, I feel like the Huda Beauty foundation with my Laura Mercier powder is actually a pretty good match. So now we'll move on to bronzer. Now the other bronzer that I had was one from Pippa London that actually I'm really excited about trying, but you guys picked this one. I didn't want you to pick this one. I don't know why. When I do these polls, I kind of feel like I have an idea as to how the polls are gonna go. But this one I was like, wasn't expecting that. So it is the Coconut Bronze Matte Bronzing Powder from the Body Shop. It has a little poof and a little plasticky thingy. So it looks like this. Actually, it's like a pretty decent color. And I'm gonna take this brush here. This is the Kit Stars S3 Blush Brush because I don't have a contour today. So I don't want it to be too concentrated, but also don't want it to be like too all over the place because I am obviously a little bit darker than normal. Like, I mean, I do match the rest of my body. But yeah, I don't want to be like super orange. So I'm just gonna put some of that on my cheeks here. I wasn't wanting to use this bronzer at all, but actually this looks all right. I keep saying all right, but like I need to be more excitable. I'm either like super excitable or the most monotonous person you'll ever meet. It's like my excited is literally doing like handstands and backflips, well, trying to do backflips, or it's just me going, yeah, that's cool. And I could be the same amount of excited. It just depends on how my body is that day and what the hell my head's doing. But yeah, that's actually a pretty nice bronzer. It's almost like a little bit peachy and smells like I guess it's supposed to smell like coconut. It doesn't really, it just smells really nice and kind of like holiday-ish. But yeah, that's actually quite nice. And can we note as well that you can still see a tiny little bit of the liquid highlighter that I had on poking through my powder and stuff. So now I am going to go in with a little bit more of that liquid highlighter. I'm going to take a smaller amount now just to feel like it can look a little bit more intense when you put it on with powder. So I'm just going to do a couple of small little dots and then just pat that in. Yeah, this works really, really well over powder. Again, it's one of those kind of like oily consistencies. So now I'm gonna go with the highlights that you guys chose, which is this one from Wet n Wild. This one is in collaboration with Bretman Rock, and it is called I have no idea, Jungle Rock Loose Highlighting Duo. And this here is a shade that I'm interested in. A lot of you were replying to my stories like, we don't wanna see any other highlighter, we just wanna see yours. And I'm like, thank you. Like, I will show it a lot in my videos, but I don't just wanna like force it down you guys' throats. So I'm probably not gonna use this like super rosy one, but I will swatch it for you. So God, I'm like flinging packaging everywhere. So there's this one, which I'm not that interested in. It just looks, yeah, it's just very, very glittery. You probably aren't even gonna be able to see that very much, but it's just very, very glittery. Whereas this one, ding, 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 it's like a more champagne-y sort of color. I want to eat it. Shall I? Can I? I probably shouldn't. Why do I eat things? I can't help it. You're so lucky, guys. You get a makeup tutorial and a mukbang all in one. So I'm gonna go in with the lighter shade and just load up my brush with that. And let's see what you got, baby. Hell yeah. Ooh, this looks so good. Oh, this looks really good. I wish this was just full of this color because this is so nice. Although I feel like it is picking up on a tiny little bit of texture on my skin here. But again, like because all these products are new, it could be a mixture of things. But yes, that's pretty nuts actually. Ooh. I always see people saying that they're like bored of highlighter and I'm just like, that's like bored of, I don't know, that's like bored of being alive. Well, relatable. But that's like being bored of, I don't know, kissing your pet every day. Like, I don't get bored of this. Like, I'm telling you now, when I die in 4,000 years time, I want highlighter on. So if any of you end up doing my makeup for my coffin, this is all very bleak, isn't it? If you ever do, then please just note that I would like a lot of highlighter on my face. In fact, just cover my entire face in highlighter. Why not? Ooh, okay, this is actually looking pretty good. Yeah, I mean, if I just pat that down a little bit, it goes a lot more nicely into the skin. Doesn't look, I mean, it didn't really look that textured anyway. It was just a little bit of my face. That's such a good highlighter. I really enjoyed that. Not too keen on the other color, but I'm sure like some people will be into it, but the champagne-y one, yes. So now for blusher, I'm gonna be using this one from Laura Mercier that was very kindly sent the other day. It is the Blush Color Infusion in the shade Watermelon, and it looks like this. Everyone always tells me that I need to wear more blusher, and I can't get into it. I need to do one of those videos where you basically like do all the things that you hate doing, like hate wearing, to try and get me out of my comfort zone a little bit. But I'm gonna try today, okay? I'm gonna try and add quite a bit of blusher to make some of you happy, because whenever I put it on, you all seem to like it, but just gonna stamp that on. That is actually quite sheer, which I really, really appreciate. Oh, we need to get the macro in here, please. When did this happen on my face? Anyone? Any answers? Anyone? Jimmy at the back? Jimmy, wake up. I'm not talking to anyone. No one's here. Yeah, what's happened here? Ugh, it looks so cakey. No. Okay, pressing. See if I can fix it. It's not really fixing it. Oh God, what's happening? I was really starting to like it. I feel like it might be a mix of, I mean, how's this looking at the moment? This bit looks really good. This is like my point of reference here for the foundation and then also Laura Mercier, like the powder. Everything else looks cakey. I think it's the powder. Yeah, I think just using that with a powder foundation, which I now know is a powder foundation, whereas I thought this was a pressed powder, is too much. Disappointed. So now I'm gonna go in with the setting spray that you guys chose. This one's from Wet n Wild. It is the Photo Focus, that's the French side, natural finish setting spray. And I'm just gonna settle that down in place. That smells like if I drank that, it would get me pretty lit. Like, is there a lot of alcohol in here? I mean, it's on my face already, so it doesn't really matter, but yeah. Wait, kind of smells a little bit like vodka. Okay, do I drink? I'm gonna lick this one as well. You know, there was that Essence one that I sprayed and I liked. Yeah, turns out that's just exclusive to that setting spray because that, no, don't eat setting spray in case any of you were considering it. So now for brows, I was actually very, very surprised by this. I asked you guys if you wanted me to review either Refy Beauty, which is by Jess Hunt, or a Barry M brow pencil, and actually Barry M won, but I didn't have any other brow gel to go with it, and I'm kind of looking at this one now because it's in the shade Light, and I'm wondering if it's actually going to suit me, so I did bring my Refy stuff with me. So we have a gel on one side, which will probably work realistically, but let's see what the actual pencil's like. Yeah, see, this looks really fair. It's like peach. It's like, yeah, that's too fair for me. Okay, I'm gonna use the gel on this side. And yeah, even though you guys basically asked me to use Barry M, I'm gonna use some Refy bits as well. So this, I've used it a couple times, but I wanted to show you guys on camera. So this is just called, I don't even know, but it's like the brow gel thing that they have. And it basically gives you insane soap brows, but without any fuss, without having to actually use a bar of soap or get anything wet. So I'm just gonna apply it like that. I don't wanna go too over the top because my eyebrows will literally reach my hairline. And then I wanna be quick before it dries. I am gonna use that brow gel just to add a tiny little tint to my brows. That color is definitely way too fair for me, but I'm rolling with it. But yeah, I mean, you can see just from doing that, it's like just fully lifted my brow. But yeah, this stuff is good. I haven't tried out the other products yet. I've had like a swatch of one of the pencils. But the actual sculpting gel itself is really, really good. So you get a bit of a white cast to start off with, and then I basically either carry on brushing, or if I feel like I'm where I need to be, I will just press it down, and it just gets rid of the cast a little bit. Back in with a bit of the brow gel. I do feel like that's way too light, so I'm actually gonna go in with some Gummy Brows. Sorry, I basically asked you guys to pick a brow product for me, and I just, because I didn't read things, because I didn't read the color, I'm just doing the opposite of what you said, basically. I'm sorry, I will read next time. But yeah, basically, I just want to show you guys that because it's really, really good. So now I'm gonna go in with the brow pencil from Refy. So this one is in the shade Dark, and basically you have a spoolie on one side and then the pencil on the other. This is by far one of the skinniest brow pencils I have ever come across in my life. Like, it's like half the size of a normal micro brow pencil. So I'm just gonna go and fill in all these little gaps. It's so fine, and I love it. And it's pigmented too, but not like overly creamy. And just like that, I look identical to Jess Hunt. I can't believe it. I'm liking how my brows look. And you know what? I know I'm not wearing that much, but I kind of like the blusher right now. I kind of do. So then for eyes, I'm gonna be using this palette here from Sample Beauty. This is the Equalizer palette, volume 2. It was either this one or the Huda Beauty Naughty and Nice palette, or whatever it's called. This one won by 1%. It was like 49.51 to this palette. So this is what it looks like, and I think it's safe to say I'm probably gonna be doing something with some purples here. I also kind of I really wanna use that orange color. So I might try and do like the orange in the crease, then some purple, maybe a cut crease with like this color or something in it. Yeah. So like I said, I haven't got an eye primer or anything to try it today, so I'm just using concealer. So first of all, I'm gonna go straight in with that shade Tan, which is a super bright orange. You can kind of see on the brush there. And what am I actually gonna do today? Like, I'm gonna go in my crease and just stamp that in for a minute. Ooh, okay, that is really, really pigmented so far. It's just as bright on my eyes as it is in the pan, which is a good sign. So I'm just gonna do something like that for now. Buff the edges out a touch. Then with the same brush, I'm gonna go in with the shade Stripping, which is like a mustardy sort of shade. I'm just using the same brush. Number one, because I don't have many clean brushes left, but also because I'm only using a tiny bit to blend it into that orange. Okay, that one is a little bit more sheer. So I'm just using whatever's kind of like on my brush with the orange and just making it a little bit lighter on my inner corner there. Then I'm gonna go straight in with the purple. So I'm gonna go in with, I'm gonna do Bitter, and I might make it a little bit darker with the shade On in a second. But yeah, I'm gonna pack that on my outer corner here, and oh my God, that was pigmented. So I'm basically just stamping that at the moment, like that. And then I'm gonna go back in with some more orange. So I don't want the two to meet too much because then it might look a little bit muddy, but I still want it to look kind of blended. So I'm just gonna build that up a bit more. I'm actually gonna shade that in with a teeny tiny little brush just so it doesn't get too messy. So now I'm gonna go back in with my concealer. Who knows if this will be good for doing like cut creasy sort of stuff. I can already hear people in the comments going like, You should use like an actual eye base. I honestly don't day to day. Like obviously I use whatever when I'm doing these videos, but if I ever do any kind of cut crease, I literally just use concealer. I don't use any kind of eye base. But yeah, we'll see what this is like. So I just sort of pat it in line with where I think my eyelid is. And what a lot of people do, it's not just me, is I'll take some of that concealer and go doop and just look around. And that line there is kind of where you should take your cut crease to. And then I actually just take a sponge or something. It doesn't have to be a wet sponge, but I just take off the excess there. And then also in between whatever I've just done there with the purple color, just so it's not like too much of a harsh blend. And I'm gonna go in with this pinky shade here called Day and just press it on. I am just looking at some of these shimmers here as well, like this one here called Sweet. It's like really iridescent, so I might actually even just go in with a bit of that. Maybe I should actually just finish what I'm doing first. I'm just making it up as I go along. So right now I'm just blending that pink in with that purple. And then, yeah, just blending that orange in with that purple and just kind of I've basically just done inner corner, outer corner, crease, all of that, and now I'm just blending them all together. I'm then gonna go in with that Sweet shade and basically tap that all over my lid. Yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna go a little bit higher with my brush so I can be a bit more precise. Ooh, I thought I was gonna have to redo that, to be honest. Not because the palette's bad, the palette's really, really good, but because I am just like, I had no plan. No plan at all. And then for my inner corner, I feel like this is gonna be the same kind of formula as the Sweet shade. Yeah, it is, it's like super creamy. So I'm going in with the shade Time. I'm like fully flashing my side boob to you all there. There you go, tuck it back in. And I'm just gonna pop that on my inner corner. These shimmers are sick. I would never normally use something like this, but they're like super kind of duochromy. And I'm then gonna go in with the shade Cherry down here, which is another kind of like purpley color. And I'm gonna blend that on my lower lash line. Like, look how pigmented that is. It's so intense. And there's also been no fallout with any of these so far. Okay, sweet. So now for liner, I'm gonna be using this one from Benefit, which I've actually not tried before. I've had this for so long. And I mean, you guys know I'm not really much of a liner kind of girl, but I wanted to try this out. So yeah, this is the roller liner and it just has a felt tip. I'm just gonna do something fairly simple, I think. Just go across there. And then you guys seem to really like it when I did a wing last time. So I might do a pretty crazy wing. Crazy for me anyway. Like I don't know, I never really do any wings like this, but you guys seem to really like it. There you go. Then for mascara, I have this one here from The Body Shop, which actually, I got loads of messages from you guys. Like, this is obviously the one that won, but then I got loads of messages from you saying that you tried this and it sucked. So can't wait for that. It's just a very, very standard wand. And I'm just gonna pop that on my lashes. What's it even called? It's called the Happy Go Lash Mascara. I mean, it doesn't really seem to be doing much right now. It's done like a very thin coat of black on my lashes and just, I don't know, made them look a little bit better, but not really. It's done something, but it's not done anywhere. There's a piece of hair annoying me here. It's not done anything near what like any of my other mascaras would. And I mean, The Body Shop isn't obviously the cheapest thing in the world. And I've got mascaras that are also like cruelty-free, vegan, all that for like £4, you know, Essence, Primark, whatever, that are way better than this. So yeah, it's not a complete fail, but I'm not really feeling this. So then the lip product that won were these L'Oreal liquid lipsticks. They are called, it doesn't even really want to say, but yeah, they're liquid lipsticks. So I obviously have a bunch of shades, as you can see, and I think I'm just gonna do something that kind of matches my eyeballs. I'm looking at these colors here, actually. This one is Be Innovative. What the hell is this stuff? It's like an oil? What are these things? I'm Googling. It says that they're lip inks. Okay, let me try the darker one. This one is called Be Successful. It's a bit more like it, but I'm like, I wanted something that's like, they smell really good. This isn't the color that I want. Let me see if I've got anything else. I mean, like, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I actually really love the majority of the lip products that L'Oreal do, but I think that's just not for me. So I have this from Burberry, which is a very, very vampy liquid lipstick. That's what I'm gonna do. I have tried these before, but it's been a long while. Let's use this one. They're kind of like moussey. I feel like that's more like what I wanted to do. Just gonna take off the excess like this, and this is kind of how we're looking. I don't really like it that much. So I'm not gonna go off camera, do the other eye of course, and I'm also gonna add these lashes. These are the Tati lashes in the style Bitch Is Back. By the way, have you guys seen my nails? What's the best way to show you? Like this, can you see that? Fug life, and they've got little tiny fugglers on the front of them as well. Yee. Thanks again, Jade. I don't like my face, and I have to see it everywhere. I don't like it. Okay, yeah, gonna go off camera, do my other eye, even though I hate this makeup. I hate it. I might change my mind once I've got everything on and stuff, but right now I'm like, I hate it. Okay, yeah, be right back. I'm gonna go and just do something to this. All right, guys, so this is the finished look. I didn't like it. And then I was like, let's just do something a bit different to my hair, even though I don't normally wear my hair like this. And I'm like, ooh. I mean, it's not something I necessarily wear that often, but I'm okay. Like, now I've got a theme. Now I'm like 90s cyberpunk girl. I definitely think it looks a whole lot better now that I've done something to my hair. I don't know what it is that I'm just not keen on. I don't know, there's just some parts of me where I'm like, oh, I don't like this. But then also some parts of me where I'm like, I feel pretty good in this. So I actually have no idea. Let me know what you think, because at this point, I don't know. I would say my top 3 favorites. I want to say the foundation stick. It's early days. I'll let you guys know how I got on with it because I will try and use it over the next few days. But I do think I really get on with that. I actually really quite like the Body Shop bronzer. I can't pick 3 favorites. I like the foundation, the bronzer, the blusher, highlighter. Eyeshadow palette was really good, liner was good. Generally, everything's pretty good, just not the mascara, wasn't bad, wasn't good. And then the powder foundation that I use as a powder, because I didn't realize it was a powder foundation, so that's my problem. So don't hate me, I don't have time for a check-in today, because I do have to film another video, but I will wear this foundation for like a few days, and by the time this video goes up, I will let you guys know in the comments how it all wore. But yeah, I don't know. The more I look at myself, the more I'm like, I'm actually kind of into it. I'm getting like more and more into it the more that I look at myself. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this video, as always, please do give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you do want to see more of me because I upload every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. I'm sorry that all of you are missing me saying all the damn time. How about I say all the damn time on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays? Should I just start saying that to make everyone happy? I'll probably forget. But yeah, let me know what you think of this makeup look. Let me know what you think of this hair. It just reminds me of when I was like 9, when I used to go to the school disco and wear my hair like this. But apart from that, that is it from me. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.